Hello, my dear students. How are you today? May Allah bless you all. Today we are going to listen, read, and discuss a story. The title of the story we have to study: The Bronze Bust Mystery. What is the meaning of mystery? Mystery means that something that is difficult or impossible to explain or to understand. It's something strange. The bronze bust mystery. Here, what you can see in this cover. Can you describe the cover of the story book? Oh, here we can see the bronze bust. What is the meaning of bust? Bust means statue. So here we can see a bronze bust. We can see also 4 children. They are the main characters in this story. Here we can see many people. I think this was a party or something like that. Okay, our story is about the ancient Rome and how was the life there. And it's about mystery of the bronze bust. First, let's discuss some information about the ancient Rome. Welcome to the ancient Rome. Rome is the capital city of Italy, and 2000 years ago it was the center of the Roman Empire. What the meaning of empire? Empire is a large area with many people ruled by a king or emperor. Emperor is a king or a strong leader. Okay. In that time, the people were divided into rich people and poor people, masters and slaves. Slaves means servants. Servants who work hard without money. At the time of this story, Hadrian was the emperor of Rome. The Circus Maximus was a very big stadium in Rome. And it was very popular. It was very famous place. The people of Rome visited to entertain. They liked to watch chariot races there. What is the meaning of chariot? Chariot means vehicles with 2 wheels pulled by a horse. Okay. They also can see gladiator or fighter races. So it was a very famous place. Let's move to chapter 1 and let's introduce to the main characters in this story. Now we will introduce two characters, Rupert and Lucy. Rupert and Lucy. Rupert and Lucy were cousins. They also best friends. They were staying with their grandfather, who was an inventor. Okay, what did their granddad invent? Here he invented new kinds of mobile phones. And the best invention was time travel phone. So their granddad invented new kinds of mobile phones, and the best invention was time travel phone. Okay, how to use time travel phone? Or why did we use the time travel phone? We used the time travel phone to travel through time. We use time travel phone to travel through time. How to use it? First, you put in the time you wanted to visit. Okay, you put in the time. Then you put in the place you want to visit. Last of all, you typed in the password adventure. Again, why we use the time travel phone? Why did we use the time travel phone? We use it to travel through time. Okay, how to use it? How to use it? First, we put in the time you want to visit. Then you put in the place. Last of all, you type in the password word adventure. So the time travel phone took you back in time. Okay, let's ask another question. Did Rupert and Lucy use the time travel phone before? Yes, they used it before. They used the time travel phone before to travel to London in 1666. So Rupert and Lucy used the time travel phone to London in 1666, and they had amazing adventure there. They saw the Great Fire of London. So they used it before to travel back to London in 1666 to see the Great Fire of London. Their granddad had a special trait for the children. Trait means deal with the children. He took them to the cinema to see a film about the Romans. Okay, which is about the ancient Rome life in the year 130. So the film was about life in ancient Rome in the year 130. The film showed the people in that time. There were poor and rich people, and they were lots of slaves. The slaves were owned by the rich people. So the slaves had to work hard for their masters with no money. The film also showed exciting chariot races. As we said before, the Circus Maximus is a large stadium in the time of the ancient Rome, and there were chariot races to entertain the people there. The Circus Maximus, it was a big place with racing track around the edge. There was a gladiator. Gladiator means fighter. Fight at the Colosseum too. Granddad here explained that gladiators were fighters. They fought each other at a special show in the Circus Maximus. After they got back to home, Granddad told them that he would show them some books about Romans. And when they got home, Granddad took them into his study and he lifted a big book off the shelf. And let's describe this book. The cover of this book was old and torn, and some of the pages in the book were loose. Again, let's describe the book. The cover of the book was old and torn, and some of the pages in the book were loose. Here, Granddad explained that the Romans were ruled by emperors. Emperor means king. The book had lots of pictures in it. They showed statues of the emperor. Some of them looked very fierce. Fierce means very angry. They look really scary, said Lucy. Here, Rupert wanted to go to Rome to see the life there in the ancient Rome, and he asked his granddad to borrow the time travel phone to visit Rome in 130. In that time, the phone rang in the hall. Granddad went and answered the phone. While Granddad was out of the room, Rupert and Lucy looked at some more books. What did they see? They saw the time travel phone. And Rupert picked up one, and he wanted to travel back to the ancient Rome. But Lucy was worried about her granddad. But Rupert turned the time travel phone over and over in his hands. He really wanted to travel back in time to Rome at that time. Finally, he tapped in the year 130. Then he tapped in the place Rome. The last of all, they tapped in the password adventure. Rupert and Lucy get ready to travel back to Rome in that time, 130 year. In the year 130. What happened after they pressed the green button? What happened after they pressed the green button? Everything went dark. Everything went dark. And there was sound like rushing of wind. They left themselves rushing back through time at the alarming speed. But suddenly, the rushing wind stopped and the darkness disappeared. They found themselves in a room with a stone floor. They found themselves in a room with a stone floor, and there were large booths in the corners. A bed was near the window. The room was warm and sunny. Rupert and Lucy could hear lots of strange noises coming from the street outside the window, and the children heard a noise behind them. Someone said, "Who are you? Who are you? What are you doing in my room?" So we think that they really traveled back to Rome in the year of 130. Okay, now we finished chapter 1. Let's move to the story booklet and let's discuss some questions. Question number 1. What did the children and their granddad see in the cinema? And what was the story of the film? They saw a film about Romans, and it was a story about life in the ancient Rome in the year 130. Question number 2. The book that Granddad showed the children was useful to them. Explain. The book was all about ancient Rome. And Granddad explained that the Romans were ruled by emperors. The book has lots of pictures in it, and they showed statues of the emperors. Some of them looked very fierce. Question number 3. How did the time travel phone work? How did the time travel phone work? Let's remember together how it worked. Let's see. First, we put in the time you wanted to visit. First, you put in the time you wanted to visit. Then, you put in the place. Last of all, you typed in the password the word adventure. Okay? Let's see the comment. Are we in the ancient Rome? Who said this? To whom and where? Who said this? Are we in the ancient Rome? Lucy said this to Rupert in the ancient Rome. When they pressed the green buttons on their time travel phone, and they found themselves in the room with a stone floor. Now we have finished chapter 1. Thank you for watching.